Welcome back to another YouTube video, boys. This one's going to be a deeper look into ERL and IRL, the levels that I consider are the true liquidity. Okay, I've mentioned many times that I think liquidity doesn't exist. Liquidity doesn't exist. In my opinion, it's just ERL into IRL. Premium into discount. That's pretty much what ERL is and IRL. If you're new to my channel, I don't edit my videos, I don't script them, I'm unfiltered, I don't do anything, I just drop knowledge and I get out. So respectfully, if you don't have the attention span to sit through my videos, this is not for you. This is not the type of content you should be watching. You can go watch hyper edited, dopamine filled edits, and I promise you, yeah, you'll learn something from those, definitely. Anyway, let's get started with understanding what ERL and IRL are. So, ERL and IRL refer to the only two levels that price targets. The price will reach for every single time. The algorithm only cares about delivering from IRL to ERL to IRL to ERL. It does this fractally. Is that a right word? I'm not sure if that's the right word for it. It is fractal, but I'm not sure if fractally is a English word that exists, but it does get my point across. It does this fractally across time frames and across multiple AMD cycles. The moment this clicks in your head is when you've fully achieved market mastery. So let's go on the chart real quick and analyze this piece of price action. Everything that the market does is order flow mixed with premium and discount, all right? And I think that's pretty obvious for you. I believe that is pretty obvious, right? All the market wants to do is go where it wants to using the speed that it has, which is order flow, and it wants to go to where it's programmed to go. I just took a sip of water. Apologies for that, but if we have tapped an IRL already, then our next draw is going to be an ERL. We could tap an ERL while tapping an IRL and bounce back up. That's interesting, isn't it? Because we could tap into a high that is an ERL, external range liquidity. And I forgot to explain, but the difference between ERL and an IRL is, number one, E stands for external and I stands for internal. So internal range liquidity refers to the liquidity that resides within the range. Most importantly, IRL are just fair value gaps, are just imbalances. So IRL is your typical fair value gap, and ERL is range highs and range lows. So you have your highs and lows. Any high, any low is ERL. Now this is fractal. And why I want to say that this is fractal is because let's imagine we're driving towards a high. Let's actually draw this, okay? Let's say that this is a piece of price action right here. This, for example, just a random example, okay? Or actually, let me use a path because it's just way cleaner. It's way cleaner if I use this. So let's imagine we are driving down, and here we shift an order flow, okay? And we are reaching towards this high right here, and this could be our external range liquidity. It's for some reason not letting me draw, interestingly. So this could be your external range liquidity. But it could also be an internal range liquidity because there could reside a fair value gap on the higher time frame on here. So this distribution towards your little external range liquidity could suddenly be just a reach for external range liquidity on a lower time frame. But on the higher time frame, you could be reaching into an internal range liquidity. And price could take this, shift in structure again, and continue lower. And you might get confused a lot of times on this as to why we didn't reach for range highs which reside up here. Because if you think of it, right, this right here would be your range highs. I don't know what's not letting me draw a fucking trend line, but this should be your range high right here. Okay, I'm gonna actually change the style on this just so it's a little clearer for you to understand. Never mind, I'm not going to. But this should be a range high. Okay, let's imagine that we have price action before this as well, right? We have some price action before this, blah blah blah. This should be a range high. But instead it uses this as a range high. Why? Because it's a high. No, because on the higher time frame, this is an IRL. But on the lower time frame, this just looks like a high T. So you might ask yourself, okay, we're going towards external range liquidity. But reality is, we're just going to an IRL on the higher time frame. So I want to move all these away real quick. All these need to move away. For some reason, it's not letting me copy them all. There we go. So I'm going to move all these away. Look at the charts here for an example. Okay, so we have an internal range liquidity right here. And we also have this external range liquidity down here. Another external range liquidity down here. But we also have this internal range liquidity down here. We have a fair value gap down here, right? Don't we? If you go into weekly, please loads, middle of a recording, we can see there's a fair value gap right here. Now we have tapped this fair value gap right here before. But still there is a low right here that you might want to turtle sweep off of to go higher. It could possibly go lower to reach here. And for those who are inside of my Discord, you know that I am targeting 25K. So I do believe price will go back down here to reach this. But it's not going to do that for now. We can just tell from the higher time frame price action that it just wants to continue its bullishness for now. So back to my point, let's draw this out a little bit. Okay, so here I took a short here as well. If you're part of my Discord, you know that I took a short here. But this is your external range liquidity. You could also call this an external range liquidity. A lot of the times, guys, the market can be simplified to premium and discount, because that's truly what it is. The market is truly just premium and just discount. But ERL and IRL help with strengthening that understanding of it. So in this case, look up here. We have a high right here. This high gets swept by this move right here. And then we suddenly nuke all the way down here. From all the way from premium. Why is this premium? Why is this high premium? Because there's nothing. It's a void up here. There's a range, right? This is your accumulation. This is your accumulation right below a high, your previous daily candle. Okay, we manipulate above that and we distribute towards the other levels. We distribute to discount. We're extremely premium. Why are we premium? Let's mark our reasons. Okay, so why are we considering this level to be premium? One, we are above previous day's highs. Two, we are manipulating after a accumulation. Three, on the higher time frame, we are inside of an IRL daily fair value gap. And four, dull low, premium to discount. If you just understand this, sometimes trading becomes super easy, right? So extremely deep premium, going back down all the way to extremely deep discount. It's as simple as that. And the same concepts can apply anywhere else in the charts. So, for instance, let's go to 1 minute. I'm not sure if it's gonna load all the way up there, but it's. I would hope it does. Actually, I'm gonna go to 3 minutes just so I can make sure it loads. If my trading view doesn't want to die, that would be great. But let's zoom out all the way and go all the way to all-time highs up here. I don't know why my trading view is not loading. Give me a second. There we go. So going all the way up here, I remember clearly, and I did share this on my Discord. Let me actually go and grab the picture of it. On that note, before I bring up the trade, one of my students recently got funded, and he's been getting really good payouts. So shout out to him. Just want to a round of applause for him for his hard work. He kind of just despawned and came back profitable using the content. I hope I helped. I hope your aspect I helped you in your journey. If you guys want to learn from me, Discord's in bio. Well, not bio, it's in the description or whatever. But I'll be there if you want to get mentored by me. But yeah, just wanted to show this off. Flex my little students a bit because I fucking can. It's my video. But back to back to the video. If I go in my Discord channel right here, and the trade is right here. Let me actually take a screenshot of it, and I'll put it on the screen right here. So this is a trade that I took up here. It's a little turtle soup short, and as you can see, it's the same price action here. It's literally the same day, guys. I am not faking this. Okay, these are the same day, the same day. So back on to understanding why I took this. I'm gonna simplify it for you as much as I can. Okay, this level right here is the most premium level you will get. The most premium level you will get. And let me also explain this to you one time. Premium discounts on IRL and ERL, they kind of sometimes become only clear after we've manipulated. Okay, so in this instance, how did I know that we're going to turtle soup off of this and just go to me lower? And if you look on that entry, yeah, price really nuked. Price really nuked. That's a crazy trade. If I held all the way to the bottom, that's an 8% drop on the NASDAQ that I sniped. But I didn't hold. Obviously, you're not meant to hold all this way. And I could go on social media and fake that, oh my god, I took this and I held all the way. But no, the reality is I got out at Asia lows. Get in, get out, done. I got out here, done. I'm done. That's literally all you need. You don't need to hold all the way down there all the time, guys. Lighting up a cigarette. Back to it. How did I know that price is going to go up here into premium, turtle soup and continue lower? Because 930 opened here. First thing that 930 did, and look at the day, right? So you have to also understand the narrative beforehand. Look at the day. The whole day has been like this. And we also have this low right here. So every time you see price action like this, I want you to get happy. Hold on. So if you have price action like this, I want you to get happy. Because this is most likely, this move right here is most likely going to happen on your 930. This is just basic power entry. It's just basic. It's the same shit ever. The same thing you see here. So I saw 930 open. I saw 930 go for that level first. And I'm going to paste this right here. I entered after I saw we get a wick closure down here. Below the low, I just said fuck it. And it makes sense for me to say fuck it. One, it's a high IRR trade. It's an extremely high IRR trade. So if I were to actually draw out my entry, and you can see it's on the open of this candle, and my stop loss was somewhere around there. And I was targeting Asia lows. So Asia lows would have been not down here, down here. I'm not sure if that's Asia lows. Yeah, it is Asia lows, right? If I use this indicator, it should show me, right? But I'm pretty sure I held all the way to this or just this. I'm not fully 100% about it. No, Asia lows are down here. So this was the trade. Okay. I know that we have draws on liquidities below. I know that 930 opened and the first thing that it did was rush towards a high. Wait, 930 is an extremely fast time in the market. It's extremely explosive. It moves around fast, it jumps around fast, it does what it wants, okay? 930 opened and the first thing that it did was continue the direction that the price was already going, reaching into an existent high, and then moving and nuking all the way lower. Oh wait, that's a power of tree, right? That is the power of tree. Open, high, low. Open, accumulate. Now you might say, Androgen, where did we manipulate in this? We were manipulating the whole day. Sometimes your manipulation could just be a single 1 minute candle in the 930 open. Not sometimes. A lot of the times that's the case. So again, 930 opens, instant manipulation towards this high, and instant distribution lower. And oh my god, once again, if I help this trade, that'd be a crazy hold of my lifetime. I could go on Twitter and fuck around. But yeah, you can see the same pattern here as well, by the way. Off of this low. Now, it's possible that on the higher time frame, actually, I do have an indicator here. We could look at a higher time frame. Yes, we are looking at the higher time frame like this. You can see clearly, we have wick to this specific low. So if you might wonder, because sometimes I get asked this question, right? And also there is an IRL here. I get asked this question a lot. Androgen, how do I find the high and low that market wants? How do I know it's that specific one? You use ERL and you use IRL and you use AMD. So it's very clear, right? Accumulation. Manipulation. Now, where are we manipulating? We have this low right here. We have this low right here. We have this low right here. A low, 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 another low, another low, another low, another low, and multiple equal lows. Which one are we targeting, Androgen? And it's simple. Where is our internal range liquidity? And if you also pay attention, we have an inversion right over here. And my mouse is a little messed up, sorry guys. But we have an inversion right here that aligns with that one. So you just found where you can find your sniper entry, where you can shoot your sniper with the last bullet, where your bullet should hit. Accumulation, manipulation, manipulating into where? Not just a random low. And if you zoom in here, guys, it's a low. It's a low. This is a low here too. This is a low here too. This is a low here too. Low, low, low. How do we know which one we're going to target? Using higher time frame internal range liquidity. Deep discounts. Why is this deep discount? Why is this a valid manipulation for me to enter off of? It's a valid manipulation because number one, time. We're entering after 9:30. So 9:30, look right here, guys. 9:30 opened and the first thing it did was reach lower. That's manipulation. Second, we are inside of a higher time frame internal range liquidity. And last, we have multiple draws on liquidities up here. Multiple. Some fucking trendline trader probably longed here, by the way. I just know they did because they're fucking clowns. I've watched Gateport more straight than trendline traders because you don't understand the narrative behind the market. I longed here and got out here. And after the whole move is done, an hour later, you're looking for a long of your low trend line. Come on, guys. Trend lines don't work. But that's pretty much it for this video. Go and backtest this. Go and understand the narrative. Go and understand why the market does what it does. Just go and backtest it. Everything becomes so clear when you let internal, external range liquidities and premium and discount click in your head. Everything becomes super clear. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video helped you. Join my Discord or stay broke.